In this video, we are going to talk about a very common problem that most of the JEE and NEET aspirants are facing. Despite going to the best of the coaching institute, despite going to the top educators in this country, they are either unable to understand what is going in the classes, they are able to understand, yet they are unable to solve the problems. Or sometimes both of these things are happening, but yet they are unable to get marks in the exam. Students are unable to understand in the class because every teacher, when he enters the class, will teach with some understanding that if the student, let us say, if is in class 11, have understanding of, let us say, unitary method or a very basic level of calculation sometimes, or some formula or some theorem, he will enter the class having this assumption into mind. But most of the times, many a student will either miss all of these concepts or some of these concepts. So what will happen is when he starts teaching, assuming those things, the students are unable to connect. The reason is not that they cannot do that or they lack the aptitude. The reason lies in the fact that their foundation is not good enough, because they lack this ability of asking this what and why question when they did their basic foundation content. And now because of that, they are getting stuck in the current content. Students are unable to apply what they have understood in the classes. The reason is that when they are listening to the lecture, they said with this attitude that yes, the teacher is trying to make me understand something, I'm understanding it. They are not asking this question of how exactly is able to think and solve that question. What were the steps that he took? What was the approach, and how did the approach change from one question to another? So what happens is he lacks the clear directive or a strategy to attack the questions when they face the question on their own at home. And then they become clueless how to go about that question, and ultimately they are unable to do the assignments, and then they lose confidence. Now there might be a student, despite doing all of these things correctly, he is unable to do great in the exam. The reason is that he is not managing his preparation well. What does that mean? Whenever you are going and writing an exam, there are few steps or things need to be done before the exam. There is something that needs to be done during the exam, and there is something that needs to be done after the exam. If your steps in doing all of these things are not very good, chances are that you will not be able to live up to your potential. As a student of class 12, I was facing problem in physics in all of these three areas. I was neither able to understand, apply or perform in the exam. And because of that, I was unable to clear my JEE exam in the first attempt. I had to take a drop. Then I again started preparation. And in the last 2-3 months of the preparation, I was luckily able to crack this problem and was able to get into IIT Delhi. In last 11 years as a JEE faculty, I have understood that it is not just me but many students who face this problem. And I was able to develop a method to help such students and get into their dream colleges. Now, using that method as a blueprint, at Pracbee, we have come up with a program that is known as Rankers Program. In this Rankers Program, we follow 3 very specific steps for taking an aspirant to an achiever's stage. The first step is a senior team member from Pracbee will sit with the student and try and figure out where exactly the problem lies in the understanding of the content, the application of the content, and the delivering in the exam. In step 2, we give you a clear analysis as in where the problem lies. What exactly the student is doing wrong so that he is getting stuck into one of these problems and not getting optimum result. In step 3, we come up with a plan that what exactly the student can do and how at Pracbee we can help the student in order to get over these problems. Usually this plan consists of 2 different parts. One, what the students can do, and second, how the faculties can sit one-on-one with the student, enable the student by teaching concepts wherever required, help with the specific application inputs wherever required, develop the exam temperament and exam analysis, paper analysis wherever it is required, and keep the student motivated in their journey by having minimum intervention in what they are currently doing in their current coaching institutes. So this is a plan that any student going to any coaching institute in this country can take up along with their current studies, which involves minimum intervention from our side to get you the maximum amount of result. I was lucky as a student that I was able to figure my physics problem out. I will not bet a lot on luck, especially when you have invested so much of time, energy and money into something where your future depends on it. If you think what I'm saying makes sense, apply now. Ashish came to us just 3 months before the exam where he had no experience of prior coaching. and we were able to guide him through success just in a matter of 3 months. And now he is a part of mechanical department of IIT Madras. If you want such kind of transformative results, apply now. Sarthak came to us in class 11 where he started facing those small problems. We were able to intervene fast in the starting itself, provide a consistent support throughout the preparation, keep him motivated, and a student who could have got stuck into myriad of problems was able to clear JEE Advanced exam and ended up in his dream college of IIT Delhi. If you want to live up to your dreams, apply now.